Okay, well, I'm just leaving the Joe's Reservoir Campground. It was by far the coldest night I've ever spent outside. I froze. It was super cold. I think it got down, I was at a little over 8,000, about 8,000 foot elevation. And I believe it was down to around 20, 21 degrees. I have 15-degree quilts, top and bottom for my hammock, and I was cold. So we'll see. I knew I should have got 0-degree stuff, but you know, I never plan on camping when it's extremely cold. But last night I did not have a choice. There was not a hotel for another hour and a half or so in any direction. And of course you have no cell phone service out here, so you can't even figure out whether they got a place for you. So I just found the campground and stayed there. Beautiful campground right on the reservoir down there, you can see. Really nice place. It's just, it was just cold. I know, I'm being a baby. You can see now I'm riding with my snowmobile face mask on. I'm really thankful I brought that. See, sometimes I think ahead and plan ahead. I'm not sure how far I'm going to get today. Because tomorrow's supposed to have the biggest snowstorm of the year so far out here for the season. And even at lower elevations, if I could find, well, it's really not many, but if there was, I don't want to be out in the freezing cold rain the whole day. So when I get to town, I got to check the weather and see. And today may be a shorter day or a longer day than usual, depending on what the weather says. Because I need to find me a hotel if it's gonna snow all day. I'm not hanging out in the snow. Sorry guys. I know I make great video, and you want to see me make another I'm stranded out here video talking to the camera, but nope. I'm gonna try to avoid that the best I can. No guarantees, but man, that's beautiful. I'd love to be here in the summer. It's cool. Yeah, see, snow on top of the little hill right there. I have a feeling we may see snow later today, but we'll see. I just seen a bunch of hunters. They were driving in a side-by-side by. Otherwise, I want to stop and ask them what they're hunting. I just want to know what season it is out here. I imagine it's probably deer season or something, but I haven't seen a deer in a long time. Maybe it's bear season. But it's cool. Running along the cliff, but you don't want to make a mistake and go down there. That would be a bad day. Oh gee, look, we're level with the snow now. There's probably none here because this is, you can tell it gets the sun on this side most of the day. We're coming up on 8,400 feet soon. I thought I was leaving all this super high stuff to Colorado. Apparently not. I'm going nice and slow because my hands are cold, my feet are cold, I'm cold. And I'll tell you exactly what I'm wearing underneath my riding suit. So I got my riding suit, which is pretty much just lets air flow through for the most part without any liners in it. So my base layer is, I have a smart wool base layer, top and bottom. Then I have a Klim polar fleece thermal top over that, and then I have Klim fleece line mid-layer pants, and then my riding gear. Oh, and I have a puffy jacket on top. Try to keep my core a little warmer. And it's still a little chilly. I do have my rain jacket I could put on over all this, and that will block all the wind. But I'm not that cold to do that yet. It's just cold. And it's gonna warm up. And I'm just riding a little slower. It's kind of nice taking all the scenery and things like that. Oh, see? Get on your own side of the road, pal. See all these damn hunters. They're not expecting to see a guy out here on a motorcycle in these kind of conditions, and so they think they have the whole road to themselves. Can't necessarily blame them. Just wonder where the hunting ground's in. I know these fat, out of shape hunters aren't crawling up and down these hills. There's got to be a flat spot somewhere that they're going to. So anyway, yeah, this Utah looks just a lot like Colorado. Guess it makes sense. All higher elevations on the west coast kind of look similar. Oh man, grassy lake. Which way do I go? I don't know which way I go. Let me zoom in. Went to do that earlier, but I'm like, there's gonna be nothing out here. No, I go that way. At least I think. Watch me be wrong. I got that one right. Woo, gonna be a good day. Oh man, why is it gotta be muddy? Why is it gotta be muddy? Oh man. It's like frozen mud. It's only soft in spots where the sun's hitting it. That makes it interesting. Now I'm beginning to see where these guys probably hunt, some little flat areas as we come up on 9,000 feet elevation. Normally as you go up, you don't get flatter, but this mountain or hill is a little reversed than normal. It's pretty in here. Nice forest. So I'm closing in on 10,000 feet. You can see the snow on the side of the roads. So yeah, it's a little chilly up here. I don't know how much higher I gotta go. At some point, I hope I come down the other side of this. Ooh, a tunnel. I would like to see a tunnel, but I also ain't gonna get stuck in the snow and ice if it does runoff down there next time. I don't even know what it's a tunnel for, or if it's just a natural tunnel, sort of like a cave. So pretty up here. Very desolate. I don't know. If I had someone else here, I'd have a snowball fight. Alright guys, whoever's watching, who wants to come with me next year, I have a sign-up sheet. See all the fun you're missing? Beautiful views. Get to play in the snow. Alright, pay attention, don't be driving off the road, guys. That's the thing, sometimes I get too caught up in looking around and don't pay attention to the road. Ice. Nice. Told you it was cold last night, guys, so I wasn't kidding. Skyline Drive. That's on the cool road. Cool bird. I think I need a pick here. Think I should get a pick here, guys. Hold on. Alright guys, I got the pick. I'll post it here for you. Alright, we got some hunters up here. About 10,300 feet up. Oh man, watch out for the ice. This gets a little slick here. It's a crazy old camper. I love it. So now it's yeah, I gotta be careful for some ice. Alright, Greg, keep her straight. I'm gonna stay to the right because that's how I roll. Not a bad view, huh? This is awesome. I guess maybe now I start going down the other side. That's cool. I'm glad I didn't do this last night because that would have been bad in the dark and extremely cold. I was going to push on to the next town last night, and I'm glad I didn't, because that would have been a bad mistake. Man, that'd be nice if the road stays like this the whole way down. And my voice is sounding different because I'm wearing a balaclava over my mouth because it's cold. So I'm basically wearing my motorcycle helmet setup, or the snowmobile motorcycle helmet. Snowmobile motorcycle helmet setup with without the breath box and chin skirt. So that's cool. It works. Next year I'm going to use my Schubert though. Just a little better helmet. But this works great so far. And I've used this a lot, snowmobiling and EBDR and things like that. So it's a nice helmet, considering it's probably less than half the price or a third of the price of my Schubert. But I will use a Schubert next year on the next trip. Looks like a foundation or something of some sorts over there. I see concrete. And a weather station. That's pretty cool. Wow, that's beautiful down there. It might be too far away for you guys to see on the camera. I know this kind of makes everything look further away. Wow, that's beautiful down there. Even though the snow's pretty, it's going to feel good to get the lower elevations, hopefully. Work. Huh? The rocks fall down. It's fine, just like an obstacle course, that's all. I want to make it a little more interesting. Let's hope I don't have to go to that snowy mountain. I'm okay with mountains. You guys can give me some desert back. It's okay. I will not complain if it's too warm. Look at these colors. This is awesome. Cool. That view. Hopefully they have Wi-Fi reception or cellular reception down in that town down there. That's where I gotta go and check the updated weather forecast for tomorrow. Hopefully it changed the forecast and it's gonna be nice and pleasant. Not the biggest snowfall of the season. But you know my luck, it's gonna be a blizzard. Look at the green down there. I think they irrigate all that stuff. I seen on the other side there, just like out west or in the Midwest. They're those big machines that go across and water everything. Pretty cool. I'm not sure if the smartest thing to be using all that water out here in the west where there's droughts, when there's other places in the country that don't have droughts and could be doing the growing, you know. I think that's what this country is really gonna have to do in the next 50-60 years, the way the weather's been changing. So you're not gonna have all those big giant farms and using all the water out west for this stuff. They're gonna have to find another way. They will. I mean, we adapt to everything. It's not the first time something has to be done a little differently. Okay, I'm coming in down into a town called I think it's Euphrates. So hopefully they have I'm hungry too. Maybe I'll find a nice place to eat, warm up a bit. Odd houses to be having in this type of environment, but okay. And check the weather and maybe come up with a plan for tonight. I think not having a plan for tonight and winging it the last minute with the potential forecast for tomorrow is probably going to be a bad idea. So see if I can get something planned, see what it looks like. There's a really cool town. I think it's called Ephraim. Not Euphrates. I'm thinking of Middle East. Don't mind me. I think it's a college town. Had no idea. A small one. But pretty cool. I mean, this main street's nice with this. I'm trying to find some gas and some other stuff. So, Snow College. I want to go to Snow College. Sign me up. Do I get credit for previous experience? Alright. Well, the good thing is I don't know which way to go. Well, that's a bad thing. But the good thing is I should be able to find somewhere to eat, drink. I just don't know which way direction. There's fuel down that way. I don't really need fuel. I prefer a place to eat. Looks like maybe not down that way. Maybe this way. Let's give it a go. The Happy Camper. Well, I was not a happy camper last night. I'll tell you that. Hawaiian food. Kind of a pizza place. Not going to be open. What the heck? Come on, Collegetown. There's got to be a place to eat here. This boy's hungry. I probably burned a couple thousand calories last night trying to keep warm. My pants fit better this morning. Ooh, we got a strip mall? Come on. There'd be something in there. Oh my. I'm hungry. Feed me. Ah, there's a McDonald's. No. I mean, if I have to. Why is there no real food in this town? Well, guys, this is terrible. But I guess it's gonna have to be McDonald's because I am hungry and there doesn't seem to be any other options. I mean, maybe if I drive around and look for a while, but at this point, if it's not on the main street, I'm just gonna grab something here. This is awful. Oh well. Okay, I'm back on the Tat and a McDonald's. You know, it was McDonald's, but it's better than nothing. So the weather is nice now, but it's supposed to start snowing later today, and then tomorrow's supposed to be their largest snowstorm of this season. And well, that looks like I'm gonna be laid up for 2 days somewhere. Well, not laid up for 2 days, but tonight I'm gonna have to find a hotel, and then obviously tomorrow night. So I gotta find 2 nights in a hotel somewhere. I'd like it to be close to my route. The issue is there's really no hotels on the route, so we'll see. I'm thinking that I'm gonna do the rest of this route part of the way today, and then look maybe in an hour and a half or so for, you know, a nearest hotel if I have any reception. If not, there's one hotel in Delta which is on my route. It's a Days Inn, and I don't mind staying at the Days Inn. I'll stay really anywhere at this, you know, on these type trips. But my concern is that there's going to be nothing else really in that town. I'm going to be stuck there. I also have to find food, things like that, and they're forecast to get more snow than some of the other places. So I was thinking about heading up to Provo in Utah, and I guess that's a college town, and the weather forecast looks a little better there, more rain. So maybe I'd be able to get out there and ride in some rain a little sooner than riding in some snow. You just can't really ride in snow on the road. And then my route takes me over mountain passes, so they're just going to be dumped on snow. So I have no idea what's going to happen, because either way I have a feeling that I'm not going to be able to make some of the mountain passes that are in front of me once a snowstorm comes through. So there may have to be some detours and things like that to get me around then. But that's part of the adventure. If everything just went smooth and easy, well, that's really not an adventure, is it? That's a trip. And this is not a trip or a vacation. This is an adventure. Let's see how it goes. Either way, I figure some way to make it work. And if it's not awful having to spend a day or so in a hotel room. I've done worse. And so that's it. It's a cool little thing. Hey, chickens. Oh, little goats. You guys are lucky I decided McDonald's, because it would have been delicious. What's up, sheep? Wow, a lot of sheep. First time I've really seen sheep on the trip. That's cool. Oh man, I wonder what the Mormons do with those sheep. Alright, don't think like that. Anyway, off into those mountains somewhere. Hopefully I don't get lost, and hopefully I don't find too much snow. Oh, that's a nice pretty road in here. We're still about 6,000 foot elevation, so we're still pretty high up. But I guess my body's been used to it, because I don't know, it's been probably 2 weeks that we've been over 5,000 feet and haven't gone below it. So that's pretty cool. But you definitely tell when you're above 10,000 feet and start moving around quite a bit, especially if you got to pick up a bike or something like that. Which luckily I haven't had to pick up my bike above 10,000 feet. I did have to help someone else pick up their bike. And yeah, you get winded pretty easy up there. It's cool. Whoop, that was a little slick. So the people at the McDonald's, one of the guys, he rides some dirt bikes around here, and he saw my bike out front with all the stuff on it, so he came in to talk to me. And well, you want to know if I was crazy? And well, how do you answer that? And the answer is yeah, I am a little crazy, but I think we all are in our own way. But if you do things that are always easy and never do things that are difficult, I don't know what that shows you. You know, like, how you gonna develop yourself or get better at anything or improve yourself if you're just always taking the easy way out? So I don't know. I could tell you that so far in this trip, I have not taken the easy way out. There's plenty of times you want to, believe me. Plenty of times I thought, like, you know what, I can just get on the highway and I can be there in an hour, or I can spend 5 hours winding through the mountains on this, you know, on tough stuff. And sometimes you just gotta tough it out, and at the end of the day you feel better for it. I'd feel terrible if I knew I took the easy way out, cheaped out, and got back to a hotel or a campsite real early because I knew I did 2 hours of interstate. So it's no fun. I felt terrible just taking the easy way after I got to the most difficult part and my chain and sprocket finally gave out on me, and there's just no way that I was gonna do it. I could have maybe tightened up my chain a ton, maybe made it up, maybe not, maybe made myself in a more precarious position. Chain could have snapped, the sprocket, you know, could have completely rounded off, and then now I'm stuck 50 miles from Moab, and that's the closest town. And 50 miles when you're off-road like this is, you know, usually a couple hours at least. So I knew I had to go back and then take the road all the way into Moab. And it bothered me for a couple days that I did that. I thought about once I got new chain and sprocket going all the way back up and then doing the section I missed. Like I said, a 50-mile section, but nah, you know what, do another time. And a trip like this is not about doing every single mile of the trail. Sometimes you miss a mile. You go to a gas station and you see that there's a 2-mile intersect. Instead of going back out and doing 10 miles, you take that 2-mile connection point, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. I've learned to live with that. So at first you start as a purist and you're going to do every single mile, and then you realize that it's a lot of the same stuff, and you hop off a gas station for a gas station, you hop back on the trail 10 miles later, and not much has changed. You haven't really missed much, and once you realize that, it becomes easier. And man, this has been a fun road. Again, I'm gonna take it a little easy. I didn't sleep much last night. I only probably got a couple hours of sleep at the most because it was so cold and the wind, and then I had to here we go. Oh man, let's see if we can get over this way for him. See how this works, but yeah, wow. Those are the things you gotta watch out for. Again, I was just talking about going slow, so that's why you go slow. Hey, how you doing, man?
Another truck coming, so you might want to stay there.
Okay, all right, I'll just hang out here, wait for him. Thank you. What's up, doggy? Yeah. Hey, you're going to be a cheeseburger, huh? Here comes the other one. You can tell that guy didn't really have any trailer brakes on his trailer because he was sliding his truck sideways, but it's all good. Get on my bun, cheeseburger. All right, let's go. Pretty over there. Actually, this whole area is pretty, and I'm glad it's the fall. I'm not glad it's closing in on winter, but the colors are great up here. I'm getting to see all that, so that's kind of nice. Well, I got a red sign. Let's see what that says. No trespassing. Cattle company. That's where those guys with the cattle were coming from. Let's see what we got up here. Well, guess we're going into the Timber Canyon. Kind of cool. That mountain's pretty cool over there. I like the colors. Hopefully it comes out in the camera. So I know you see all the signs and you probably think I'm trespassing, but that's not the way it works. Basically, this is a public right-of-way road, goes through, but either side of the road is private property. And they all like to really make sure that you know it. I'm not really sure. I can't imagine that there's a problem with a bunch of people coming up here and I don't know what they'd be doing. Hanging out? I don't know. Either way, they got their property posted. Yeah, that's fine. Huh. This is kind of cool, riding along the ridge, either side. Pretty neat. Must say, this is cool. slow down, Greg. You don't go flying off an edge. Yes, I do talk to myself in the helmet, even if I'm not talking to you guys, because, well, what else am I supposed to do up here? You know? I'm gonna stay to the right. You know, out here just riding around. Sometimes I have very good conversations with myself, and other times, you know, I'm scolding myself and yelling at myself for doing something stupid, which is quite often like right there. I don't know why I came in that turn so hot. What's the rush? What kind of tracks are those? They better be cow tracks and not bear tracks. Alright, now I'm pretty sure they're cow tracks. Actually, I don't care about bears when I'm on my motorbike. And the only time I care about bears is when I am in my tent, my hammock. I don't want to be in my bear burrito for them. And then when I get out of the tent or hammock, you know, to go pee in the middle of the night. That's always probably the sketchiest time, because you've already heard all these noises while you're sleeping there or just laying there. And then now it's time to get out of your fake protection and fake bubble of your tent and hammock and be exposed for a bit. And come on, the worst time for an animal to get is with your pants down. I mean, come on, that's when you shouldn't attack someone. Hopefully they wait till you're done before they come see you. All right, guess we're going back down the hill now. That's cool. We got up to like 8,900 feet there, so that was pretty good for today. Again, this is why once we get that snowstorm tomorrow in Utah and Idaho, it's supposed to get a bunch of snow too, and that's where I'm going next. I just don't know if some of these high passes are going to be doable, because they're not gonna melt off at this altitude. If you get a couple feet up here, it's staying till June or May and June when they normally reopen these passes. So we'll see. If I got to deviate around some of them, I'm okay with that. I mean, I've done a lot of mountain passes, as you've seen. They're all beautiful and I want to do them all, but if Mother Nature has other ideas, there's nothing I can do about it. You know, for some reason some of the trees are across some of those ways and I had to go another way. It is what it is, and it's an adventure, and you find another way and another route, and sometimes that's part of the adventure, is trying to figure out how to get around it and still end up intersecting with the trail where you need to be. Again, it's not Google Maps where you just go, hey, all right, put me here, put me there, give me turn-by-turn directions. Nah, you gotta manually do it. Find where the line is, zoom in, look at the roads that are there, see what kind of roads they may be, and then you could, if you want to take the time, you can plot your course, but I don't. I just look at the line and look at the roads I need to go at and just keep checking on it, make sure I'm on course. So far it's worked. I don't want to get confused and then trying to highlight a line and then accidentally following that line when I shouldn't be following it. And whoa, coming into that turn too hot. You see, guys? See what happens when I get blabbing away, not paying attention to what I'm doing? That's all right. My good old Husky, she's got awesome brakes, and I got an MT21 front tire that's running a little low pressure, and I got a Motaz I don't know what the Tractionator or some tire in the rear, which is a good one too. So this bike has saved my butt more than a few times already. If I was on something heavier and less agile, like KLR or anything like that, I would have had some incidents, I'm sure. But then again, I wouldn't have been riding that bike as hard as I ride this one. So this one, kind of double-edged sword. Extra safe because of the brakes and the traction and the geometry of everything, and how much it can take and how fast I can go on these trails with the suspension just soaking it up. But then again, it tends to make you ride harder, faster, and you need that. So whatever, just gotta remember, slow down. I know in the back of my mind I'm trying to make some time because I know it's going to snow later, and I'll still have, if I decide to go to Provo, I'll probably still have, once I get off the trail, I'll probably have an hour and a half, 2 hours to get to Provo from the looks of it. So that may put me in some cold rain or something for a bit. And honestly, at this point, I'm okay with a little cold rain. I do have the stuff. Oh, look, we got some cows. They're blocking the road. You know, you can see the evidence of the cows. So let's see what they want to do. All right, well, they want to run. That's a first. You can just stay there, bud. I'll go around you. It's okay. Oh, that's all right. Don't be so scared. See, it wasn't so bad. Man, this road has been fun. I really enjoy this. Whoa. Got into soft stuff. Should have known better. That's alright. We'll call that one a save. Cool. I know, I say cool too much, but that's okay. If you do this trip and trying to say amazing, beautiful, gorgeous, and cool, let me know how you make out. And record it so we can verify that you haven't said it and you haven't been talking to yourself the whole time. I mean, on a trip like this, it's almost like, can you see too much beauty? I mean, all the different features going across America, from the East Coast of densely forested Appalachian Mountains and things like that, to, I would say, the South with their cotton and soybean farms, and starts getting flat as you get to the Southwest. And in the Southwest, like Oklahoma and Arkansas, well, Arkansas is just beautiful with the Ozarks, and then get into Oklahoma, which is still even beautiful, even though it's flat as far as you can see, and the roads are pretty straight and all that. It's still beautiful. And then you go from a change, then you go right in New Mexico with the canyons and things like that. And that's really cool. And then you get into Colorado, and a lot of it looks just like New Mexico and Oklahoma for a bit, and then it just, you know, and then the mountain passes and the forests up there. It's absolutely breathtaking with the mountain peaks. And then you come to Utah, you get a little bit of everything mixed into one. And this is so it's a different landscape, but it looks similar to some of the other ones at times. And then when I get into Idaho, that's going to look like Oklahoma for a bit, and then it's going to change and be more like this. And then when I get into Oregon, same deal. It may look a little bit flat and plains for a while, and then you're going to get the Pacific Northwest look after a while with the old forests and things like that. And that's cool. I mean, on one trip you're going to see, I get to see, and if you do it, you're going to see all these amazing things. So sometimes it does kind of get like overwhelming, like around every turn. I'm like, wow, look at this. You almost just want to film the whole thing and never turn the camera off. That's the hard part, is that I know I'm filming way too many things and a lot of things look similar, but kind of just want to soak all this in. And if I never get to do something like this again for some reason, I want to be able to look back at this and go, hey, yeah, you know, at one point I was badass, or a little badass, not too badass, but you know. And I had these really cool adventures, and especially this nice big one across America. And in 50 years, well, ain't gonna be around by then, let's say 20, 30 years, a lot of stuff you probably won't be able to do in America anymore for whatever reason. Whether they're gonna pave some of these roads, or a lot of it gets privatized, or you know, who knows what. So I'm just glad I got to do it while you could do it, and I hope to do this more in the future. Actually, I want to do this trip again sometime next year, if I can, obviously earlier in the season, I hope, in the summer when everybody else is doing it. And that'd be cool. You meet more people, and the safety aspect of having more people on the trail. Right now it's kind of, I think I'm probably the only dummy out here doing it this far back and this far late in the season. So, and then I want to be able to do the Trans-Euro Trail. Well, sections of it. I mean, that's long. I mean, to do it all would probably take a year or more. So we'll see. But I definitely want to do sections of that. And you know, I've already rode a lot in Southeast Asia, so that's okay. I'm good with that. I'll continue doing that. But I like my 701 over there. You betcha. Am I gonna do it? Maybe. I think I'm gonna wait for that when I ride around the world. And yes, I am going to ride my motorbike around the world. Maybe a year and a half. I don't know how long it's gonna take. But I plan to hit every continent that I can. Actually, every continent. Now, Antarctica is gonna be tricky. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get the motorcycle there, but I will get there. I will step foot on it. I'll ride my bike to Patagonia, and then I might have to take a ferry that just brings you over to Antarctica. Like, you know, I'd probably like a little visit, probably an hour on there, and then back on the boat and back to Patagonia. But that's my goal. If that's too tricky, you know, I'm not gonna be heartbroken if I don't get to Antarctica. But all the other ones I'm hitting, and my motorbike will be with me. Is it gonna be this 701? I would like to, but I'm not sure. I mean, right, girl, it's okay. I'm gonna bring it everywhere. But it's my favorite bike. I love her. It's gonna get even more set up this winter. The only issue is parts and reliability. So far, she's been great. I got an oil seal leaking, but that's not the end of the world. Not an oil seal, crank, counter shaft seal. It's an easy fix. I'm kind of leaving it because it's not awful yet, and it's lubing my chain, which I don't lube, so. But if she remains this reliable, I'd have no problem taking her around the world. Now the other bikes I'm thinking to go around the world on would be, of course, a DR650. Setting one of them up because it's so simple and reliable. And if anything goes on, there's no cooling system. No liquid cooling to worry about. It's carbureted, so I don't have to worry about a fuel injection or a computer going bad and being stuck somewhere or stuck out, you know, far from anywhere. Or even, like, say, somewhere in like Kenya, or you're somewhere like that in remote places, and you're going to be sitting for a while to get a part for them shipped out for you for like a computer or major thing like that, for something like this. So if it's a carburetor, I can just fix it. I mean, carry a pocket full of jets with me, and that'll be all I need. Maybe an extra gasket, but I could always make a gasket if I need to. So we'll see. The other bike I'm thinking about buying and just setting up is a WR250R. I love those bikes, and now they don't make them anymore. I just want to get one in the garage. So I'm not sure if that's not gonna be a around the world bike, but I am looking at that CRF 300 Rally. That looks like a pretty cool bike, and you know, should have the Honda reliability. And again, it's not going to be better in any way than this bike. It's about the same weight, less than half the horsepower. But the thing about that is, see, that almost went off there, is that it's softer out of the box. This, you know, but I'm gonna soften this up with suspension work. But I just, you don't need 700s to go around the world on. You can see, look what we're doing, look at the speed I'm going. Any bike could do this. So I'm looking mainly for comfort for something like that, because you're going to be on it every day, mostly, I mean, at some point throughout the day, for a year, maybe more. So I want to be comfortable. So I don't know, I'm going to have to sit on a bunch of bikes, because I got bad knees after all the surgeries and things like that. So the foot peg angle is probably going to be the big one for me to figure out which is the most comfortable. This one, I kind of got used to it. My next pegs may be rubber mounted pegs to kill some of the vibrations that kill my knee, and also maybe down an inch. I'd also like to lower this thing an inch. I really would. We'll see when I do the suspension. I'm pretty sure they can do it without losing any travel, so maybe I'll do that. And I also got to get the rubber mounted BRP bars, flex bars, fast flex, because my hands go numb, and actually every night in my tent or hammock or hotel bed, both my arms are numb most of the night, painfully numb actually. So it's not just numb, they actually hurt. So I got to do something. We'll see. Maybe I'll get all that stuff and try it on this. If it doesn't work, then you know what, I'll look for the bike. This bike is going nowhere though. You know, a bike for a week or any of the BDRs, 8-9 days at a time, no problem. This bike's awesome. But after a while, it starts getting to you. She's harsh. She wants to go fast. I'm old. I want to go slow and comfortable. Anyway, I know I've been blabbing, but look at this. Blabbing to the camera, riding through this beautiful scenery. I'm not sure what gets better than this. I'm not sure. I'll be saying that later when it starts snowing. Who put that rock in the road, you know? They just wanted to try to get me. It's a trap. I know it. Man, I could ride trails like this all day, every day. This is just fun. Well, yeah, except for when you get that deep, run into the deep gravel over there. That's no fun. That's okay. Just have to go easy. Cool. All right. We're back down to 5,300 feet. I can feel the warmth too. That's where they get your cheeseburgers all lined up to probably do an exchange. You round them all up, get them into there, and then get them in a truck and a trailer. So cruising along on this road for a little while, and this is one of the things why I love this 701. I mean, I'm cruising at, they're cruising at 75 miles an hour like nothing. It's not even, not working hard. It's smooth. It's almost as smooth as my Harley at this speed. The only thing I can feel is a little tingle in the bars, and I'm hoping those Fast Flex bars will help with that just a little. And it wouldn't be an issue for somebody that didn't have like hand surgeries and all that kind of stuff. So, but that's what's cool about this bike. You can do tight single track and then get on the road, do 75 miles an hour, 80, no problem. Kind of cool. Okay, so I've decided to maybe try to travel on to Baker today. I could get on the highway here, right back here, and get to Provo in about an hour and a half, hour or so. But that's pretty far from the trail, and there's really no place to get back on it without having to drive an hour and a half back to it. So I don't really want to do that. So there's a hotel that's Super 8 in Baker or something like that. I think that's, or no, Delta, Utah. So I'm going to try to make it there. It's showing about 60 miles or so. I'm thinking it should hopefully take me no less than 2 hours. It looks like it's snowing and raining up there in the hills. You can see it coming down. So hopefully I don't go that direction. If I do, I got rain gear. I'll put the rain gear on. I'll suffer for I'm okay with suffering for a couple hours, as long as I know that there's a nice warm place where I could dry out all my stuff and get warm for the night. Don't want to have to like get wet and cold and then be wet and cold in a hammock or a tent. So we'll see how we do. I'll give you an update if anything interesting happens. Hopefully not. Hopefully next time I check in, I'll be at a hotel. Looking too good where I gotta go. Oh man, I'm either gonna get rained on or snowed on. Oh well, what are you gonna do? What's up, cows? You're gonna get wet too, so maybe I'll hang out with you guys for a bit. Man, if there was like a little barn there, I wouldn't mind hanging out in that. I don't have enough food for a couple days. I only have a few fig bars and Cliff bars. I would survive. Oh damn, Greg, like that. See, almost killing myself again. That's all right. Anyway, yeah. So I want to go to a place where I can get food and hopefully some beer. Nice cold beer would be great. I'm in a cow field. Pretty sure I took a wrong turn. I did let myself in the gate, and that's actually usual, part of what we do around here. Just go through the gate and things like that. So I let myself through the gate, and I followed what I thought was the road, but it's not. But it looks like I need to go that way. But I don't think I can. So I just locked myself in the gate. So that's always fun. I did all that gate work for nothing. Alright, so now let me go let myself back out of the gate. Yeah, normally out here, to control the cattle and stuff on the government land, they use the gates and stuff, and that's fine. So you come to one closed, you open it, go through it, and close it behind you. And same thing, if it's open, just leave it open. Anyway, let me get out of here. I'll lock myself in. In case you're wondering, yeah, I let myself out of the cattle field that I locked myself into, and no cows got me. Coming down now off this hill, it looks pretty cool. Whoa, that was a good washout. But look at all the green down there. That's kind of cool. Wonder what maybe I'll find some warm. Yeah, it still doesn't look dry, but that's okay. As long as it's not as cold. This is the Fish Lake National Forest. Well, I'm leaving it now, but that's what I was in case you guys are wondering. Okay, I'm about 15 miles or so from the town of Delta, where I plan on staying in a hotel. They have two ones there. Two hotels. A Super 8 and then some crappy budget inn as well. I think what I do when I get to town, if I beat all this rain, we'll see, or snow. It's going to snow later. I don't know if it's going to start off as snow or rain. I don't know how big the town is. I imagine it's a real small town. I'm going to just see which hotel is closest walk to food and things like that. So that way tomorrow, if it's snowing all day, I can at least walk to get some food and things like that, because these hotels don't have restaurants or anything. So that's my plan. I don't care which hotel I stay at, as long as whatever one's closest to me getting some food and beverages. So for now, it got really cold, and you can tell a little darker. The sun's not here, and oh, there's the rain. Speak of the devil. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. Now I'm so close. Now do I stop and get my rain gear out, or do I just say screw it and keep going? Man, these are hard choices. They really are. Man, I might just say screw it. And I know I'm going to regret it in a minute or two. Alright, well, see, this is the joys of being out here in a motorcycle in the middle of nowhere. And it's fun. But, alright. Hopefully I check in at a hotel next time, because this is a little more fun than I bargained for.